Sleeping. Something every person does. The sun sets, the moon rises, and eyes shut as the body falls into rest. Right? Yeah, well, me and Miss Sleep haven't always been on, let's say, quality terms. Most of my life I've struggled with sleep. Now, I'm not diagnosed with anything, but I did write the script at 12 a.m. knowing I work in 7 hours. So, sleep. Let's talk about some of my most memorable sleeping moments. The good, the bad, and the downright impressive. Starting way back when I was around 5 to 6 years old, and just a little baby clown, I had what my parents would describe as energetic personality. That's to say, I was always doing something. There was once a 3-day period where I just didn't sleep. No, I didn't do much at night, mostly looking out of my window and watching the stars when smog didn't block out the sky. During the day, I was just like any other kid. I'd play Blades, Legos, video games, even marbles. I know, how old am I? The sleepless streak just kind of ended for me though. My health didn't suffer, it's just I started to sleep again. This is a little anticlimactic in comparison to most things, but honestly, it was probably for the best. Kids need their sleep, and I definitely wasn't getting it. Another thing I did when I was around that age is late at night, and I mean like 11 all the way until probably 3 a.m., I'd sneak, heavy quotations there, into the basement because that's where the family computer was, and I'd go on pbskids.com. Shout out to anyone who remembers this website. I remember I played the cyberspace game a lot. That and the Bruff Ruffman games. And I was so proud of myself for playing these games by myself late at night. The thing is, I was not stealthy as I thought. As a little kid, I had to go to the bathroom a lot, so I'd have to sneak all the way back upstairs to the bathroom just so I could go. Then I'd sneak back down. Now, keep in mind, I get a lot of my late night tendencies from my father, who happened to be out that night. Now, he was in the living room. I don't remember if he was on his phone or just watching TV. But what I do remember was at one point, and just out of random, I'd already made like 2 or 3 trips up and down. He stopped me and is like, "What are you doing going back and forth so much?" Now, I froze. I knew. Now, I knew I wasn't supposed to be up, much less on the computer. So I lied. I told him, "I'm getting water. That's why I keep going to the bathroom," which to me sounded the most logical. He didn't press it further, but deep down I think he knew what I was doing, because the kitchen was a room away, and he definitely would have heard the sink, which I never touched. My dad is very chill about sleep though, so thanks, Dad, for not putting me in trouble for that. Moving on to middle school, I did sleep in class sometimes, so let's talk about it. For starters, I wasn't a great student. I didn't cause trouble, I just didn't like class and would rather draw by myself or just be away from others. I also forgot my math homework a lot. Pretty sure my math teacher hated me. Each day I'd get sent out of class for like 10 to 15 minutes because they'd be doing corrections and I always forgot my homework. One time I got sent out of class into the room next to us. I wasn't allowed to do anything or bring things with me. I just had to sit there and wait, so a lot of the time I just nap. I did have a phone at the time, and I usually had an alarm set for certain things, like a reminder to not be late, pack your homework, stuff like that. But one alarm had been set for the wrong time, so imagine my surprise when my teacher woke me up with her hand out and a glare that would turn Medusa to stone. I was confused for a solid second, but figured she wanted my phone for some reason, so I just handed it to her, and that was that. I did get my phone back, and I later learned I had an alarm go off, but I was very confused in the moment. This, however, was not my most impressive feat in middle school. I could sleep anywhere, really. Still can, I just have better thought on it, because sleeping in random places is not safe, and don't do it. My most impressive feat was in PE. Yeah, the class where you're supposed to run and exercise for hours. I slept in that class. People would be in awe, and it spread quickly about the kid who slept during gym class, of all things. Most of my power naps happened when there were a few minutes of downtime, like before we'd run, or anything where morning stretches and attendance. So basically, when I didn't have to be actively moving, and I would just fall asleep. Legs spread, torso down, not even there. I had a friend next to me who would always wake me up when my name was called. So, since I was near the bottom of the list, it was never a problem for me. I also fell asleep leaning on things. It was less comfortable, so it took me a bit longer, but by no means was it hard for me. I was always tired in middle school. Besides those oddities, I slept in class when I was ahead of work, which wasn't often, but nice when I could. Lastly, we make it to high school. People are tired, no one cares, and the teachers couldn't be bothered with the quiet girl who doesn't bother anyone. I slept through most of my classes for different reasons than in middle school. When the temperatures go from warm to cold, then back to warm, it makes me really sleepy. I honestly don't know why this happens. I just accept that switching temps make me very tired and pass out pretty quickly. This sucked though, because the AC and heater were either always on full blast or messed up and would often make the class go from hot to cold. So often I felt drained in class. But like I mentioned, no one cared. During lunch, I would nap near my friends sometimes. This feels pretty common though. I saw a lot of other people doing this. So, for the final time where I was napping and shouldn't be, we're gonna go back to when I was in theater. I am a thespian, which is just a fancy way of saying I'm a theater person. I do have an official ID from the Thespian Society though, so make of that what you will. Now, I'm not an actor, way too much anxiety for that. Instead, I was a technical theater student, which just means lighting, set design, props, that kind of jazz. Basically, I made what they danced on. I did lighting for a short while, though I didn't like it as much as I did set design, which was mostly painting and occasional power tool use. During shows, we had to wear all black, so I showed up in outfits ranging from black hoodies and a pair of black sports pants to black heel boots, thigh highs, black short shorts, and a fitted top. When I wasn't moving couches and set pieces, I'd typically find a nice spot someone could see me, and I'd just nap. This was in case they needed me to move stuff, but for the most of the shows, I'd just nap. And when we weren't doing shows, I had a lot of downtime, so I just slept when I should have been working. And with that, we have covered some of my most notable sleeping moments. If you have any fun sleep based stories and you want to share, post them in the comments. I'd love to read them. I go live on Twitch usually during the weekends and middle of the week, so come check it out. Do feel welcome to subscribe and turn on notifications for more stories or other content I release. The support is always appreciated. And with that, I hope you do have a lovely day, and I can't wait to see you again. I zoomed in for this one, so hopefully it'll go better. Let's talk about some of my most memorable. I don't think this. Okay, we're redoing this. Sneak. I sneak. Walk, 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 walk. Paragraph 4, take 1. Moving on to middle school, I did sleep sometimes in class. So let's talk about it. For starters, I wasn't a great student. Student. Full sleeping moments. If you had any fun, did it again.